Welcome to R&R, Relationships in Real Estate. I'm your host, Chris Silva, and with me is the star of the show, Corey Silva.
Thank you so much for that introduction. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us here on R&R. Chris and I are the owners of Silva Realty, Silva Lending, Silva Property Management, and Happy Nest Holdings. We're super excited to have you all here with us today. Thank you so much for showing up and showing your support. We appreciate you. Well, welcome to the fourth week of July with still one more week to go. My goodness, such a long month. And then it's August, which means Halloween.
You know what?
Too soon for pumpkin spice?
Wouldn't it be great if we had every month of the year had 5 weeks? It's 5 weeks until you got to make that rent or mortgage payment, the car payment.
True.
I just solved so many problems right now.
Oh my
Let's
goodness.
extend every single month one more week.
Okay, per Chris's orders.
Chris for president. Thank you guys.
You are way too much.
I've been watching so many of the political stuff, so you know that's top of mind.
Oh, okay. All right, I see you. Well, Monica is here. She said, "Hi, friends." Hey, Monica.
Hola.
Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. So, a little backstory of Monica and I. We are both Disney fanatics, and
You don't say.
we send each other Disney reels, Disney like insider hacks, anything on sale about Disney. We're constantly just, you have that friend where you just send memes to, or just like back in the day it was just emojis, but now we have memes.
Sure.
Well, Monica and I, it's all about Disney. And yesterday I struck out with Monica. Usually she'll be like, "Oh, it's super cute, I'm gonna get it." Or I'll be like, "Oh, I want it, need it, gotta have it." And she was like, "Yeah, don't like that, it's not cute." Next thing, I wouldn't get that either. I'm like, wow, I'm just going to stop now and not get 3 strikes with Monica.
So what was it? Was it your taste? Your taste was just bad yesterday?
It was just my taste. I guess I was out looking for back to school stuff, which we'll get into later for the kids. And I saw some Star Wars shoes that were Adidas. And I know her daughter is super into Star Wars. And I'm like, oh, she might like these Adidas shoes because they were gender neutral. They were light colored. And she was like, "Yeah, I don't like those." I was like, "Okay." And then I sent her something else. Oh, I actually got these. I didn't tell you about this. They had these Mickey Mouse latte cups. So you know the ones that we have that are see-through, the glass see-through ones? Mm-hmm. They have them where you look down and it's in the shape of a Mickey. And I thought they were so cute. And she's like, "Yeah, I saw those at Ross and I left them there."
Wow. So what you're saying is, in our cabinet where we have no room for any more coffee cups, mugs, latte cups, any of this stuff, now we have more cups?
Only 2.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
I'm bringing in some of the Disney magic.
Okay, bring it in.
It's for
girl.
special occasions, which are pretty much every day, where I want to look down and just be reminded of how much I love Disney.
Whatever makes you happy, baby.
Oh, my goodness. Well, Monica said our conversations are usually Disney, haha, which they are. And she's laughing because the Star Wars shoes were no bueno. She didn't like them.
Yeah, who knows? Big shout out to Tanya. Thank you for joining us, Tanya.
Tanya's here. She
hello,
says,
hello.
"Hi, Chris and Corey. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to you too, Tanya. We miss you. Hopefully we get to see her this weekend for family dinner."
Yes.
I'm hoping so. And Monica said they are cute. I think she's talking about the mugs, but she just doesn't need them. I think she would actually get in trouble too because her husband was telling her to get rid of all these cups you have. So she's been trying to clean out all her cups.
There you go. Good job, Monica. Spread some of that to Corey. Corey's way over here. So
who doesn't love a good mug?
This is the only mug you need to love right here.
I love that mug, but I need some other accessories to go with it.
So August means, we're one step closer to Halloween, but also, is it too soon for pumpkin spice lattes?
I mean, I asked you that already, and it's not too soon, and that's why I got those mugs.
Do you do the pumpkin spice?
I really don't. I don't.
Have you ever been a pumpkin spice girl?
I like them. They're good, but they're just for basic people. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's not a thing for me. I think there's just too much sugar if you order a pumpkin spice latte. There's just too many unnecessary ingredients. Every now and then I'll treat myself to one.
I'm sure.
And then if it's really hot out, I like to get the iced ones. They're pretty good.
I'm sure it tastes really good, but for me, when I see any of those drinks, it's just like
Gout outbreak.
Gout outbreak. Can't do it.
Chris is like, nope.
Old man stuff.
Yep. Well, back it up, Terry, because it's supposed to be 98 degrees on August 1st. And then by August 5th, temperatures are going to be reaching 102 degrees. Lord have mercy.
Oh, boy. So when does it typically start to cool down? Is it like October?
I think it's
September?
November.
Really?
I remember on Thanksgiving one year it being 89 degrees.
I could deal with 89.
I'm okay with that. But
not
in November?
The triple digits.
That's pretty typical, though.
Today we're hitting like 99, 100, right? Here in
Right.
Santa Clarita. I always got to check. Oxnard right now, 68 degrees.
That's a little too cold for my liking.
So perfect.
In the summer. Well, summer ain't going down without a fight. But if you missed your beach days this July, like Chris is saying, August has you covered for some makeup days. And then it's the kids go back to school. So it's going to be really hot. And if you want to head out to Oxnard to beat the heat, go on out there.
Tomorrow you were supposed to have a play date there.
Mm-hmm.
And then friends couldn't go. Some friends are sick, whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should still go.
We'll have to check and see. I don't know. I know the kids are really excited about going.
We got to take them. Plus, I want to stop by the house.
Check it out.
Actually, do you want to do a little DIY tomorrow in Oxnard?
Oh, depends.
I gotta fix that. I gotta fix that fence. We'll talk about it.
I don't know. No. Chris fixing a fence? No.
You could videotape this, and we could do a live videotape, and you could laugh as much as you want, or you could say, wow, I'm really impressed by my husband.
Listen, there will be no laughing. I'll probably be irritated. Like, I know he's not out here trying to fix this fence right now. We've had this conversation about Chris trying to fix a fence. I don't know about all this.
I'm going to do it. You're just motivating me to want to do it even more.
Oh, good. I'd love to see this fence fixed by you.
It's happening tomorrow.
Y'all are going to be ready for some laughs. Well, who is ready for your kids to go back to school? Who wants to get those Rugrats back in school? And who is not looking forward to back to school shopping? Because that's coming up. Before you know it, they're going to be going back.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm really looking forward to the kids getting back to school. Mm-hmm. Not because I don't want them home, because I love them being home.
Right.
Because they need to get those brains working again. Because just like an hour, we're only making read an hour a day.
Right.
Right? Like, they need to get back to learning. They need to start, get
those
juices
wheels,
flowing.
Those wheels turning in their brains.
And I get so excited to hear about what they learned at school that day, right?
Yes.
Because especially when it's something they like.
Right.
They're so excited. I am just praying every single night that they both get teachers that inspire them to want to learn more this year.
I hope so too. My fingers are crossed. And I think with Nola, I know for sure we can't lose. 3 out of the 4 teachers that are options, they're all amazing, right? So I'm okay. I think I'm good with that. But Santino, on the other hand, he's in a class that's one of the largest 4th grade classes, actually all the classes there, and they're hiring 2 new teachers.
Yeah, I'm not playing this year. I'm going to tell you that right now. 2 weeks in, I think we could tell a lot in 2 weeks.
Right.
If I don't like what I see
2 weeks in, nothing. How about back to school night? Yeah. I will know.
If I don't like what I see right off the bat, I think this is going to be the first time at a back to school night that I'm really going to be grilling the teacher. I want to know what they're going to learn this year.
Right.
I want to hear about how they test. I want to hear their plan, all that stuff. I've never done this before, but it's time because after the experience that we had last year, so disappointed with the teacher. He had a bad 1st grade teacher, then a bad 3rd grade teacher, right? Great 2nd grade teacher, Miss Lee, if anybody knows, teacher of the year multiple times. We love her at Pico. But if I don't like what I see, we're switching that. We're switching his teacher right off the bat.
Mark his words.
I ain't playing.
Well, I'm glad. I love that you're fired up. Well, what are you guys thinking about this whole back to school, like shopping? How is it different now that we're adults? Do you remember back when school shopping when you were a kid? Like, how exciting was it to get your folders, a new backpack, some colored pencils? What about that first day school outfit? First day of school outfit. Were you like all hyped up about that? Were you excited? And like how fly you were going to look? Did you plan it?
I was so that kid.
Were you?
And you know what's, so it's pretty cool because I got to give myself a little credit. I was that kid on a budget, baller on a budget, right? My grandma said, you can get whatever you want, mijo, up to $100 at Mervyn's.
Right. So she taught you how to shop the sale rack?
And I had to shop at Mervyn's, right? Like, what can you get there? So I was big in junior high. I was big with Miller's Outpost was right down the street from Irvin's.
Miller's was expensive.
Yeah, but you could hit the clearance rack.
Okay.
You hit the clearance rack. Nobody. It's just Miller's Outpost, right? It doesn't matter. It was all those striped shirts that go.
I know. I remember those. I wore those
that
too
were
in junior high.
that were horizontal, right?
Yeah, that style is pretty much back.
That style's back with baggy,
the baggy clothes. Yep.
You know what I always wanted, but I could never afford? Silver tab jeans. Remember silver tabs? I don't know. I don't want.
I mean,
them
I
now.
wasn't big on that.
Well, they were like big. They were big jeans, right? And they were like, I don't know. I don't know why I wanted them, but I did. And I never owned a pair because they were like $60. That would have been most of my budget right there. But I was big on the Looney Tune shirts.
Oh yeah, those are big.
I had a gang of Looney Tune shirts.
In elementary school, those were big. They had
Nah,
the front
girl.
and the back. Yeah, my friends would rock them.
Oh, I didn't start rocking them till like 7th, 8th grade.
Oh, you were behind the times then. You didn't know.
I was up on it at Walter Reed Junior High. Let me tell you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, look at you with your Looney Tunes.
Yeah, Looney Tune shirts, some jeans, and then some Air Force
Those
Ones.
are the ones where you
Killing
had
it.
Bugs and Taz on the front, and then they had them on the back, and they were like sagging some big baggy jeans.
And then if you had some different Looney Tunes, like I had like Marvin the Martian.
Oh yeah, then you were cool.
Yeah, some Tasmanian Devil, right? I didn't have the see, I didn't grow up in Santa Clarita, so I didn't have the Magic Mountain Looney Tune shirts where you had like the front and the back. I didn't have that.
I didn't grow up out here either. This is like elementary.
Girl, you were out here all the time. Since 7th grade, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying in elementary school, that's when they came out.
Oh, okay.
I don't know about the special T-shirt that you're talking about. But anyways, yes, so to Chris's defense, he was all into looking fly. I know where I was shopping. I was shopping over there at Fashion Gal. You know,
Oh, yeah.
back in the day before Forever 21 got really big at the malls. Like, I couldn't always go to the mall, so I'd be shopping at the one over there in the valley, in the San Fernando Valley. Saving up my money, doing all my chores, and my mom would take me shopping.
For that independence, it was great, right? So Christian's with us. What's up, Christian? He says it's different because we are the only one paying the bill. I don't want to sound cheap, but $300 a kid at least. The oldest one needs a new backpack too.
Oh, boy.
Well, yeah, inflation, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what it costs now, Christian, and my kids don't really care what they wear. We care more of what they wear than they do, I think.
Actually, no. Nola is very picky.
Well, she's not picky with brands or anything. She's picky with textures.
Texture, well,
She wants it to be soft. Like her clothes need to be soft.
they
her
need to be
shirts.
comfortable. And I was telling her, why don't you get some of these little baggy pants that like flow on the bottom? No, I don't like them.
Yeah, she's not
They
into that.
feel funny. And I was just try them. I bought her some pair just to try. I don't like them. I want my other ones. And it took me forever to get her to start wearing skinny jeans.
It takes
'Cause she
forever to
just
get our
wanted, like,
kids
the
to change
tights.
shoes. They want to wear the same shoes all
Oh,
the
yeah.
time.
I already bought her the same exact shoes that she likes, just in a bigger size, a different color. Because
did
she
it for
doesn't
Tino
want
too,
the
right?
other ones. And that's the thing. You'll take them out shopping and say, pick out what you want. And they like it in that moment. But then later on, they're like, oh, I don't like these. Like,
You guys,
no.
People watching the show right now, what was some of your go-to spots for clothes?
Yeah.
Because, as I got older, my spots changed, right? I went through that little hood phase, right? Where it's all big pants, solos, and stuff
Right.
like that. And I used to go to the stand in Pacoima. And it was like the spot where you had all the pants, the solos, the Jenko jeans, the Ben Davis, all that stuff.
I
all
wanted
that
those
stuff was there.
Jenkos so bad.
They
You
were
know what?
there. And they were affordable, too. they
Oh,
were
no,
super cheap.
I couldn't buy Jenkos. You know what we did, though? My friends would let us borrow their jeans.
There
We'd
you go.
swatch them out. Hey, can I borrow those jeans? Yeah, sure. Just wash them, bring them back. You're good.
I was like $130. I'm not kidding you. Like in 10th grade, 11th grade, like $135. And I had like no clothes. I was super poor. My friends gave me like a pair of jeans, like a couple friends. And they were big guys. All my buddies played like O-line and D-line on the football team, right?
I
was
have no
wearing
idea what that means, but go ahead.
offensive line, defensive line on the football team.
Okay.
Anyhow, they're all big guys. I was wearing like size 50s and I was like
Wow, that's too much.
130 pounds.
Yeah, I know. I think I have a picture. I should post it. So Monica said about her kids, not her. She doesn't want her kids to go back to school. She wants them home. And she also says, was it the Miller's Outpost on Laurel Canyon?
Yeah, girl.
Yep,
You
yep,
know
yep.
it was. And it was at Mervin's too. That's now Kohl's.
Yes.
So we were there. We were at a wedding at what was it? Grace Community Church.
Yeah.
And it's right down the street, Monica. I know that's your old stomping ground. And we stopped by that shopping center to get what? We had to get
Eye
something there.
drops. My eyes were so dry because it was super hot out.
Right. So we got Corey some eye drops. And I was telling her, I was reminiscing about all the stuff, the Miller's Outpost. That Chuck E. Cheese is still there, by the way, which I was like, what? Chuck E. Cheese.
Yes.
Back when I used to get haircuts, my little barber shop was in there.
Chris took a little trip down memory
Down memory lane.
Yep. Oh my goodness. So who is like me and starts buying clothes 1, maybe even 2 seasons ahead of time for your kids? I'm already buying like sweat outfits for the kids. Chris was over at Costco the other day and called me and was like, hey, do you think I should get some of these jackets for the kids? And our producer was giving us flack because he's like, why are you buying winter coats when it's 102 degrees outside? And I told him, unless you have kids, don't even talk to me
You
right
can't
now.
even speak on it. You know what? Because when people are zigging, you got to zag.
I'm telling you, if you do not buy these jackets now, they will be out of stock.
You won't find
and you
them in the
won't find
wintertime.
any cute jackets when it's wintertime.
Your kids gonna have that big, ugly yellow jacket that nobody would
Or
want
they're
to
going to
buy.
be sitting outside shivering.
All cold. You know, hey, same thing works with real estate, which we're going to talk about later.
Right.
Right now, when everybody's zigging, you need to be zagging, and we'll talk about what I mean later.
Yes, for sure. Well, Chris was able to go to the Elite Networking meeting today. And how did that go?
It's always a pleasure. You know what I'd love is I guess I should ask. I don't know how many different brokerages are represented there.
Right. You should ask Christian.
If Christian's still on, it's a question for you, Christian. How many different brokerages do you think are at the Elite meetings? But anyhow, I love going there. I love seeing all the faces. You know, it's all love there. You know what I mean?
Right.
If there is any competition or cattiness, I don't see it. I just don't pay attention to none of that stuff. But I'm always having a good time there. I love to hear from a bunch of top producing agents what they're seeing in the market, what's their experience for their buyers, for their sellers, right?
Absolutely.
And then we also have big lenders there that we're talking about that do hundreds of loans a month.
Right.
That's huge. Some people don't do 100 loans in a year.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so when you have that, you have escrow, title, all these people that see a lot of transactions, you really get a feel for what's going on in the market.
Lots of synergy going on.
Lots of synergy going on. So what I could tell you is we're seeing listings sitting longer.
Right.
You know, listings are sitting like 60 days on average in a lot of places. You know, each area is a little different, but let's just say on average about 60 days, which means tons more inventory.
Okay.
More than double than we had last year this time.
Which that's huge.
Right? The rates are better right now than they were last year.
Yes.
But I think what's happening is buyers have buyer's fatigue.
Right.
Let me tell you what that means. That means you were looking to buy a house about a year ago and you're just tired of getting your butt kicked. The rates kept going up. You kept getting your offer. You kept getting outbid on your offer. Prices go up and you're just sick of it. And you're like, you know what? I'm just going to sit here and rent. I'm done. I don't even want to look.
Right.
And you put your head in the ground. It's time to come on up. Pay attention to what's going on. Give us a call. If you already got your realtor, that's fine. Call your realtor. That's already put in all that work with you, right? Because let me tell you, right now is such a great time. 3 different buyers just recently. We're talking about within the last month. I don't think you realize this, babe. We've gotten 3 different buyers. Their first offer they wrote on a house, we got that.
Oh, I realize it.
We got that offer accepted. The first offer, for the house they really wanted. And all 3 of our clients have got seller concessions.
That's huge.
Sellers are paying the closing costs, guys, on houses that you want.
Yep.
That never matches up that way. I usually tell our buyers, look, you're gonna get one of 2 things. You're either gonna get a house that you really love,
Or you're going to get a great deal.
or you're gonna get a great deal.
Right now, you're getting both.
You're not gonna get both ever, except right now.
Yes.
We're in that market.
Yes.
And people are sleeping right now because they're worried about the election, what's gonna happen. You don't need to worry about what's happening. Worry about you.
Yes.
Here's what I mean. If you can afford to buy a house right now, and you've been waiting, and you've been saving, and you've been planning, right now is the time to act. You did all the planning, you did all the savings. It's about action right now because so many people are standing on the sidelines and they're just kind of waiting to see what happens.
You know what my biggest thing that I keep hearing people who are potentially in the market or just notified me that they're actually looking, that I had no idea that they were looking, we're just going to wait it out till the rates come down. And I'm like, do you not realize that if you buy now, you're getting a good deal, and then when the rates go down, then you could refi later?
Are you telling them this?
Yes.
You got to tell them because what happens when the rates come down? We know this.
Everybody else is going to jump in the market
And then what's
like
going to
you
happen?
are.
Then the prices go back up.
Yes.
And then you're getting outbid again. And then there goes that buyer fatigue setting back in.
Like, you need to act now. There are some amazing deals on the market. We're going to talk about our deal of the week coming up, which I'm not even in the market to buy this house, but I want to find ways that I could get this house.
You know, I've been thinking about this, you guys, and you know, I've given it some serious thought. And I'm thinking about starting an OnlyFans page so I can get this house. I just don't know who would pay for any of my content.
Oh my gosh. I know, right?
Man,
Gotta find a way.
you gotta. If there's a will, there is a way.
That is for sure. So it sounds like your elite networking meeting went very well today, and you're fired up. And I think other people should be fired up too.
I'm fired up because I always see when there's chaos, there's opportunity.
Absolutely.
Right? There is, no matter what the climate is in real estate, just remember there is always a silver lining.
I feel like that in general, right?
In life.
In
yes.
life. In life, in real estate, there's going to be challenges, and you always have to look for the silver lining.
In
Always
every
got to stay
situation.
positive, and positive things will come to you.
Yes, yes, yes.
Well, we closed escrow, catching up with the Silvas, for a first-time homebuyer / veteran, and it was also the first time we sold our friend's child a home. Wow, that's pretty amazing. I'm super excited about that. Does this mean you're getting old?
Yeah, I'm old. I'm not getting old. I'm there already.
I'm not old, not yet. It's
Okay.
old is a state of mind.
Yeah. You're younger than me.
I am.
So you're always going to be younger than
I'm
me.
always going to be younger than you, except for that 1 year that you added the extra candle on my birthday cake.
It wasn't, did I think you were turning like 39 and you were turning 37 or something like that, or 38?
Yeah, you added an extra year. Thank you for that.
Yeah, you know, I was so happy, by the way, because I always thought we were the same age. I was like, oh my God, I'm a year younger. So I gained a year
Wow.
of life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ay.
You know, so we are at that age now where we're selling people homes and now they're referring their kids to us.
Yes, which is amazing.
Which is amazing. It
Because
says
we
a
get
lot.
to see them grow up.
Yes. Yes. And, you know, there's so many opportunities there for these young people to buy places.
Yes.
And people are like, oh, there's no way you could buy a house in this market. It's you got to be able to, you know, you got to be a millionaire. That's not true.
Right.
That
Everyone
is
has
not
to
true.
start somewhere. Do you remember when we were first-time home buyers? We had to start somewhere.
Yeah. So if you guys haven't heard this story, the first house we bought, it was a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 900 square foot house. This is the first house we bought together.
Yes.
Right. In Saugus. And it needed a lot of work. When we got in, and we put all our money just to get into the house.
Right. We financed the carpet to replace the carpet.
Girl, we financed everything. We financed the carpet, the appliances.
Oh, we
The
did.
furniture, the paint, even from Home Depot.
We sure did. I forgot about that.
Everything was financed.
And we ate
hot
ramen
dogs,
and hot
and
dogs.
chicken. Every now and then we have some pink chicken.
Hey, watch it there, buddy.
You've come a long way. You're like a gourmet chef now. And back then, girl, you cook like I cook now.
Sounds like you've got some
Catching up to do. huh?
catching up to do. That's for sure in the
But
kitchen.
yeah, so our first house, we're so excited. We get the keys. We go in the house. For whatever reason, we gravitate towards the master bedroom. And there's a big old turd right
there
in
was
the middle.
multiple turds
Multiple
in that house.
turds right in the
This
center of the
lady
room.
had 2 bull mastiffs, and she thought it was such a welcoming gift to leave their poop on the master carpet. Like, who does that? First of all, who does that as a seller? Number 1. Number 2, what buyer's agent didn't go in and take a look before they gave us the keys? Let us go get those keys. And number 3, didn't even offer to clean the carpets or do anything for us.
They were some realty executive agents. I'm just saying.
Oh, Lord, let me tell you.
I mean, that was a long time ago. We're
Okay.
talking about 20 years ago.
I mean, now there's
20 years
social
ago.
media, so someone will be talking about that. Oof. Well, I am glad. But getting back, I'm reeling us back in. So we just closed escrow for our sweet, amazing first-time home buyer. And I'm so happy that her experience went a lot more differently. And she's super happy. She has her keys, and she's probably moving in today. So.
Listen, guys, she got a condo in Valencia under $350,000, had seller pay concessions.
Yes.
Right? With zero money down because veteran, VA.
Right.
Love it.
Yes, I'm so
Love
happy
it. Gets
for
me
her.
so fired up and excited.
Yay.
So don't tell me that it's too expensive to buy a place because there are some opportunities out
There
there.
are options.
Just got to find it. You
Yep.
got to find the right opportunity.
You got to reach out to us because we'll help you find it.
Yes, yes, yes.
Well, Santino and Nola started Bully Free Camp this week at Checkmat, and it's a lot smaller than usual this year. I'm not sure if it's a cost, the heat, or inflation in general, but I feel like the number of campers has actually been cut in half. Professor said that they were trying to have like a smaller group, more intimate group is what it sounds like, and a little bit older kids. So that was good. And Chris hasn't I don't know. You wrote this part. You haven't been able to talk to the kids about camp. They've been giving me lots of feedback every day.
Because I've been working a lot. It's, summer
Yes.
season, so I'm out all day. And then when I get back, they're done.
They are.
They're done with their day. They don't want to talk about what happened in the morning. They're kind of over it. So
No, you ask them. They are going to tell you. They will happily repeat it.
I do ask them, what are you talking about?
And they're saying they're too tired?
They say banana.
Oh, they just need to take the iPad away and then they'll talk.
They're like, yeah, they're not interested in talking about it at that
They're
point.
like banana.
Yeah, our kids just spout off random things when they don't want to talk about something. They just a random word, and one of their go-tos is banana.
Or doggo. I'm like, huh? What does that even mean?
How was your day today, Santino? Banana. Okay. I don't even want to talk about this right now. I guess I'll ask you later.
Yeah, well, they've been having a great time. They were super excited because, when they go to Bully Free Camp, they learn, life lessons, and they also get to play. So they were climbing up this huge rope. How many stories would you say that is up? Like 2?
No. It's like 15 feet maybe. 10 feet, 15 feet.
I don't
maybe?
know. It's pretty high. Nola went all the way to the top, and she was so proud of herself.
Yeah, I'm glad I wasn't there. 'Cause
I
would've
know.
freaked out.
Chris would have been having a heart attack, having a little anxiety attack over there watching his
That
baby up high.
That little girl is fearless.
She really is. And Santino was almost to the top, and then I think he thought about falling and said, nah, I'm good. I'm going to come back down. It's like, I could have went up there, but I didn't want to.
That's okay, too.
That's fine. But, yeah, they're having fun. Santino got a trip to the treasure chest the first day, and then the second day he did as well. And he went twice in one day, so he got something for his sister, which is really sweet.
And big shout out to Serena because she's holding it down over there.
Well, it's funny because Nola said, I think I should have went. Nola's getting really feisty now, and she says what's on her mind, which I love. I am encouraging that
That side of her
trait.
personality.
That trait.
Yeah.
I want her to be able to stand up for what she thinks she's entitled to. And she said, I think I should have been able to go to that treasure box. And then Santino's like, but Nola, I got something for you. She's like, thank you, but I think I needed to go too on my own. I think I deserved it. I was like, I like this side of you, Nola.
You go, girl.
She's getting really feisty.
It's important. It's important.
I like the feistiness, but I have noticed that sometimes she likes to talk loud and raise her voice. When I ask her a question, I said, why are you yelling at mommy? You can respond to me in a normal voice without yelling. Don't yell at me. I have to check her. I got to reel her back in.
Yeah, but sometimes she's excited. She's just talking loud.
No, sometimes I could see. I know when she's mad or she's trying to be.
Girl,
She gets this look in her face.
You don't even know when I'm mad. You're like, why are you mad, bro? And I'm like, dude, this is how I talk. This is my face.
Okay, see how he's trying to pick a fight with me right now? Just,
I'm not trying to pick a
Please.
fight. I'm just telling you.
I know when you're mad. I've been with you how long? I think I know. Chris wants to get in trouble.
It's getting hot in here.
Well, speaking of the heat, the kids got to go on 2 different play dates with Santino's besties' houses and go swimming. And they're like my besties too. I become friends with the mommies, or I've already been friends with the mommy for a very long time. And so we're playing, pool games. And I know all of you have heard of Marco Polo, but have you ever played Sharks and Minnows?
Never.
Yeah, so I got reeled in. I couldn't just hang out with my friends.
You got reeled in.
I got reeled in, yes. The kids are like, come on, Mom, come play. The little kids are like, we're bored. Can you play too? We need another player. All right, fine, I'll go play. I had to be the shark, and they were the minnows.
Are you guys those parents too that drop everything and go play with your kids and just be there, make sure they have attention all
Be their
day?
muse.
All day. So
I've got major mom guilt. If I can't say no to them.
the way our daughter is, more than Santino, right? She wants to be doing something all day with
Right.
like, all right, Mom, now what's next? What's the next activity? We just finished this. What's the next activity? Now what are we going to do?
Now what are we doing tomorrow? Wait, what day is tomorrow? Okay, then what are we doing Friday? I'm like, girl, can I just get through today? She's very demanding.
Very demanding.
She'll hold you to it too. Like, don't ever give her a promise you don't intend to keep because she's gonna hold you accountable.
Well, listen, we set that in stone and imprinted that in them at such a young age to build that trust, right?
Right.
Mommy and Daddy always keep our promises.
We do.
And we do. The one issue, though, is, and it's not an issue, I actually like this. they will now they live by that. So they expect when somebody tells them something that they're going to follow through.
And if they don't, let me tell you, they don't forget.
They do not forget. And it doesn't matter who you are. Let me just say, like, people, they come and tell us, like, oh, so-and-so said they were going to do this. And now, and they're not
They
doing
didn't do it.
So now they look at them like they're a liar. And I love that that's how they're looking at stuff, because they're going to be able to filter out a lot of bad friends and people in their life super easy by recognizing people that don't stay true to the word.
Right. Well, I was trying to stay true to my word, and I'm not going to get off on too big of a tangent, but I know a lot of people, you know, they struggle with, you know, these ideas of like telling your kid, well, I'm going to do something for you. Well, I told Nola that I would play this video game with her, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, no video games on the summer, but I said I would. Why are video games now getting so cheap that they don't even put the chip in the video game? You have to download a code. I went to go play that game with Nola. Just Dance is what she wanted to play. That thing had a download for 4.5 hours.
I think it's ready now, though, because I saw in my emails. Somehow in my email, I saw that it finished downloading.
I was so irritated. I'm like, I finally have time to go do this with her, and we couldn't even play.
There's always today, girl.
There's today, so we will do that. Well, this past weekend, we had the pleasure of celebrating our great friends, pretty much family.
Yeah, pretty much.
Emmy's 18th birthday. She's like a niece to us. So we got to go over there. We had so much fun celebrating. But, you know, when we went home by 10:30, we were already tired.
Yeah, you know, you just know you're getting old when all your friends' kids are turning 18, 21. I mean, the youngest ones are like quinceañeras, right?
Right.
And, you know what's coming up next? We're going to start going back to weddings.
And it's going to be
It's going to be our friends' kids' weddings.
Oh, my gosh.
That's when you know you're getting real old. We're getting
Babe,
up there,
why are
girl.
you so focused on being old?
Because I feel old. That's why.
You cannot feel old. I need to go get you some ginkgo biloba, or I need to get you some type of supplements. No, you can't feel old. You're still young. You're not even halfway through life yet.
I mean, what's the average age? I think the average age is probably like 85. If we're going by that, you know...
Didn't you say
metric?
you want to live till you're 100?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to live till I'm 100. But
Okay, then you need to just change this whole frame of thought. I don't need none of this old talk anymore.
Okay, that's old news. Why are you bringing up old stuff? Let's go. Let's move on.
Well, family dinner was super low-key this past week. Our siblings were all busy doing their thing. They went to a church event in Anaheim at the Anaheim Stadium, right? And unfortunately, they drove all the way down there just to get turned away. There was over 45,000 people at capacity at this event. Is that crazy?
I mean, people are looking for something to do, right?
Yes.
And that's a lot, especially for LA, right?
Right.
I mean, I know Anaheim is not necessarily LA, but there's so many events going on.
Yes.
It says a lot that place was sold out.
I know. That's huge.
Yeah, it sucks driving somewhere.
Getting
Playing,
all the way
getting
there just to
excited
get
about
turned
it.
away. Ugh.
Just like Lovers and Friends concert, bringing back some terrible memories now.
Well, at least they didn't like tear down the stadium and try to sneak in like at that one huge soccer event. Did you see that?
No.
You didn't see that? I think it was in Colombia, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah. Around the world, they don't play with their soccer. They're serious
So
about
I
it.
guess they breached the security and people just started pushing their way in to get into this game without tickets.
Wow.
It
Did they stop
was
the game or
crazy.
did it keep going?
I don't know what the outcome was. I just saw people scaling the walls, climbing in to get into this event because they didn't have tickets. And other people were just pushing each other. Security was like knocking people over, even people who had tickets because they didn't know who was supposed to be there and who wasn't. It was insane.
That's
Anyways, but our family dinner, I got a little sidetracked there, was just, my parents
It
came
was
over.
small. It was just your parents?
Yeah, and Tia Susan came over, and we just hung out, and we watched one of probably the most, I don't know, I would say like the best movie of all time, Forrest Gump.
Would you say the best movie of all time? Now, I got to say,
I don't know.
We'll
It's
just play
one of
this
my
game
top.
really quick. We're not going to spend too much time on this, but anybody out there, what are your top 10, not in any particular order, favorite or best movies of all
10
time?
is a lot. You say 10 or 5? Top 5.
I mean, top 5. I guess top 5 is easy. For me, it's Godfather 1 and 2 are going to be in there.
Okay.
All right. Forrest Gump's going to be in there too.
Mm-hmm.
Right off the bat. Then I got to start thinking like of a sci-fi or something. Maybe like, it's tough. I could say Lord of the Rings trilogy. I don't know. What about you?
I don't know. I didn't sit here and think about all that, but I do love Forrest Gump. And why, when I'm watching Forrest Gump, I act like I've never seen it before? Did you catch that? I'm like, wait, what happens next? And I'm like, I know I've seen this movie so many times, and I act like the ending's going to change or something's going to change in the movie. Do you ever do that? When you're watching a movie, like, oh, this is going to happen next, right?
The only movie I've ever done that with, where I'm just like, it's going to change this time,
right,
is La Bamba.
Not right, Richie.
Richie, don't get on that plane. Yeah,
come on.
Every single time, right?
Oh,
but,
man.
What's your favorite Forrest line?
I don't know. Come on, everybody. Share some quotes with us. There's some great quotes in that movie. I think I use like all the time. What is yours?
Give me a couple of them.
Well, I always say like, dear God, give me wings so I fly far away from here.
They was my magic shoes is another one.
Oh, okay. I've never
Life's
used
like a
that
box
one.
of chocolates.
Of
Everybody
course.
does that one.
He got a daddy named Forrest too. That was so funny. It's like, and then he just wells up his eyes like, oh my gosh, that's my baby.
When he's finding out that's his kid, he's like,
I know.
he's so funny.
Seat's taken.
Yeah. Or Bubba, no.
Can't sit here.
Poor Bubba.
I know, Bubba.
I gotta find Bubba.
Okay, so we need to stop.
So many. It's such an amazing movie. It's the only movie to this day, you guys. When I watched it, it was still on VHS, right, or VCR, one of those two. And I watched it. I took it out. I rewound it and watched it again from front to back. That movie was amazing. Definitely top 5 of all time.
Yes, so good. So good.
So we're finding out it was directed by Bob Zemeckis, who directed He directed Back to the Future too. This guy's a brilliant director.
Yes, which the kids just watched and they loved. I can't wait until it's going to be appropriate for them to watch Forrest Gump because there's just too many things in there where I'm like, they're not old enough for that yet. But
yeah, it's not a movie for your kids. Like, as great as it is, and there's a lot of parts that I think kids would enjoy. There's sexual content that's not appropriate for kids.
Right.
There's drug use that's not appropriate for kids. There's molestation by Jenny's dad,
yeah,
right?
Horrible.
Yeah, like bad drug use, like assaulting women. There's a lot of bad things in that movie.
There's war. Yeah, it's
a
lot of stuff, but that's life.
So
right?
amazing.
Yeah, so good. Well, what's some of the movies that you guys, if it just comes on TV, you want to just watch it, or your top ones? Some of the other ones we were talking about was
My Cousin Vinny.
My Cousin Vinny. We'll never change the channel if that comes on.
I could be anywhere. If I see it pop up on the screen and I'm standing up, I'll slowly sit down and I got to watch it.
That's how my mom is. She said, she watches My Cousin Vinny anytime she's on a plane. And I said, really, Mom? How do you know it's going to be on there? Oh, I got to download it on my my Kindle. I watch it every single time, or whatever she carries around, her iPad.
Yeah. What's a movie for you? What's another one?
No, I like those ones. Those ones are good. I don't know. I don't really think of I don't rank them. Just like, oh, this is a good movie. I'll watch it.
I'll always watch Godfather if it's on.
Yes.
I love it, unless the kids are around.
Right.
Right. Wizard of Oz is a good one, but I don't know. I don't feel that same connection to Wizard of Oz. Producers putting out some movies, Breakfast Club, Jurassic Park. Nah, none of those for me.
I'm like,
Grease.
If
like
Grease
that with
is on,
Grease.
I'm going to watch Grease. If Goonies is on, I'm going to watch Goonies. I like Goonies.
Yes.
Those are my top ones. And Evelyn is here with us. She said, hello. Hey, Lulu. Thanks for joining us. I know that she likes Grease too. I introduced her to
Home
Grease.
Alone is it for me.
Home Alone.
That's a huge one.
The kids are over Home Alone. They never want to watch
Daddy.
it, but we're always going to end up watching it. Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2.
I'm over here, you big horse's ass. That's like my favorite line of the movie. Why the hell you dressed like a chicken?
They always say that. They love saying that because they could say, hell, why the hell you dressed like a chicken?
Oh my gosh. So I got to say, I never in a million years thought this day would come. I never thought it would happen. I was a doubter. Some would say a hater.
Some would.
But you finally did it. After years of strategically planning.
It wasn't years, sir.
Years.
It was maybe a year, not years.
5 years later. Drummel. Corey hosted a garage sale. I can't believe it.
The king of the mundo. Well, I'm surprised you didn't video it and put it out there. But yes, I did, because I got tired of hearing yo ass talking crap all the time. You ain't never. I was like, please stop. I love this. I love it. I got all the cheers. I love that the producer is smack talking too. So I did have this garage sale, and it was very eventful.
So I think you were angry at me even from the night before, right?
I'm always angry at you because you talk so much crap.
So she was talking about this garage sale. I got home the night before, which is I think it's Saturday, right?
Yes.
It was so cool. The kids did. She did all these signs with the kids. They drew up all the signs, the garage sale signs.
Really, I
so
did this
cute.
garage sale. Let me just preface this for the kids, for this experience we were talking about, because they were the ones who originally wanted to do it. We were talking about it for so long, and I'm like, all right, fine. If we're going to do it, it's for them to have a learning experience.
Okay.
It's not to make money. I mean, I know I'm not going to get rich off of a garage sale. And also, I don't want to just throw anything away. I don't like.
For me, I just want to get rid of all this stuff in the
I know
garage,
you want
right?
to just get rid
I'm
of
ready to get it out of my garage.
So the kids and I made garage sale signs, and Nola said, ooh, can we paint them? I'm like, sure. She always wants to paint. So we got everything out. I cut out all the paper for them, the butcher paper. They're out there, getting all creative with their garage sale signs. Santino missed a G and 2 of his signs, so I had to add them in there. But I'm like, it's cute, whatever. People are going to say, hey, kids are doing this, so maybe they'll show up. So we did that. Would you like to continue with your story about our signs?
Well,
the night before?
I thought it was super cute. Mm-hmm. Now, we're putting the kids to bed. It's late. Now, at this time, it's like 11 o'clock, right? Maybe 10:30.
It was 10.
Okay, 10 o'clock. I'll give you 10. And I'm like, so did you post this garage sale anywhere? Like, does anybody know about it? Or you just put up signs? She's like, well, I was going to put it on this website, but I didn't want to, commit to doing the garage sale. I'm like, it's 10 o'clock at night. Who's going to show up tomorrow?
Right.
Right? So then you got upset with me, but you ended up posting it. So, it wasn't a huge success. We had, 3 or 4 people come?
No, there's more than 3 or 4 people. There was probably about 6. Only 2 people bought stuff. And there's probably about 3 cars that drove up and just kept driving. They drove in the cul-de-sac, didn't see anything they liked, and left. Sometimes people are looking for like furniture, big items.
Tools are big. People are looking for tools.
Yeah, pretty much all I had out there were, and here's the thing. When I posted it on there, I didn't put in detail what was going to be there. I just put garage sale because I'm not like this expert in garage selling, right? I just wanted to get stuff out. And we have a bunch of kids' clothes. We have some adult clothes, bunch of kid toys, and some random like stuff from the garage, like a tent, some camping stuff. But pretty much that's all there is, right? And books, kids' books.
Sure.
So, but there's so much of it. And I think it was actually a huge success because I got rid of at least 5 huge bins and 2 boxes of stuff.
That's
a win. What you wanted, right?
That is a win.
You wanted it gone.
Yes.
Okay, so this lady, the first lady who came, I told her, wow, like you're our first garage sale lady, a garage sale attendee, first time we're ever doing it. She was like, yeah, I don't even care what you're saying right now. I'm over here trying to talk and be friendly with this person. This lady was like, she needs to just shut up. I'm just trying to find some cute clothes. So she's going through her thing. She smiled though, but she was like, yeah, I'm not trying to talk to you. She bought like 3 shirts, adult shirts. No, 2 adult shirts and some workout pants. And then some lights, like LED lights to replace like light bulbs. Because we had a bunch of light bulbs. I don't know why we have all those. Where are they from?
Your dad probably.
I don't know. So then she's
somehow
like, how much for the lights?
We're the house that people bring their junk to and just leave it there.
Yeah, we're Goodwill.
I don't know
You
why.
want this? Here.
Oh, you work with the high school. You're going to donate. Like, they're not taking home goods.
Yeah, they don't take any of that stuff. So I was like, oh, they're $1. Dollar score. Okay. So I made $4. She got 4 items, $4. I was like, okay, I don't even know how to price things, but whatever. I didn't have anything out there with numbers on it. I'm just like, I just take it. So then this other lady comes in and she was looking through and I was like, ooh, there's some hype because there's 2 ladies here digging through the bins. And she was like, oh, my back, She's like, there's so much stuff. I'm like, yeah, it's a garage sale. Anyway, she's like, so is it okay if I start piling things up? I'm like, yeah, sure. Do you want a chair? No, I'm good. I'm good. So when she's over there digging through stuff, I'm like, oh, this is going to be good, right? And she tells me, are the bins for sale? I'm like, no.
Somebody asked me that too. I was like, no,
like
bro.
the actual thing. I'm like, they're cheap at Costco. Go get them there. They're on
$8.
sale.
They're mine too.
Right. And
They're
so
not
I'm
for
like,
sale.
no, unfortunately not. But I have bags, She's like, okay. So she goes, yeah, I'm getting a bunch of stuff to send back home. And I was like, oh, okay, where's back home? She's like, Philippines. I'm like, oh, that's great. I'm glad that it's going to go to, people who could actually appreciate the stuff. Because I don't know. I'm fine. So she goes through. She had like 3 piles heaped up of clothes for adults, kids. She had 2 huge things of toys. The back of her car, she had a BMW X3, I think it was. It's one of those mini SUVs. Sure. She couldn't see out the back of her car. She had so much stuff in there. So here comes the wheeling and dealing, right? She was like, so I'm going to go get the cash, and then we'll pack everything up. I said, okay. So how much will you let me have this stuff for? I said, I don't know. What do you think is fair? She's like, this is the fun part, right? I was like, I don't know, $100. And then she was like, what's your lowest? I'm like, 90. She's like, how about 60? I'm like, how about 75? She goes, you have a deal. I'm like, hallelujah, I got $75. This is amazing, because I'm sitting here thinking, I don't know, maybe people will buy dollar shirts. Maybe I'd make $50 after a full day. But from one lady, $75, and it was the first 30 minutes. I was like, all right, this is great. I'm getting rid of all this stuff. She's going to come up with all these shoes, all these clothes. Like, someone's going to be able to have clothes when they go back to school.
It was a come up for her.
It was.
And I have no problem with it.
Well, I peeked inside the house, and I was like, so what do you think I should tell her? And Chris is like, you could tell her $100. You could tell her $5. Just tell her to take it. I was like, all right. So then I came out so happy. I'm like, he's thinking I'm going to get $5. I got 75. And so Santino and Nola, I'm like, all right, here's some big trash bags. You start putting the stuff in there. We got to help this lady out. And Santino's like, $75? That's all you got?
He was pretty disappointed. Huh?
He looked at me like, what? And I'm like, I am not going to sit here and argue with you right now. This would have been $0 if we donated it. We just made $75, and somebody else is going to have shoes to wear and clothes on their back. So this is a good win for everybody.
And let me I got to speak on something you just said. It's one thing if you can donate it.
Right.
You can't donate clothes. It's so difficult to donate clothes. Like at the high school, it has to be prepackaged stuff.
Right.
A lot of the time. Mm-hmm. And they don't take kids' clothes.
Right.
They only take it for high school kids' clothes, mm-hmm. right? It's really hard to get rid of stuff.
Right.
So I think I'd be so good I know I would. We'd be fine donating everything if it went to people that would use it.
Right.
But instead you have to donate to Goodwill or something else. And really they're just making a profit. I know it's a nonprofit.
Right.
Somebody's making money.
But I just want someone to get it.
Yes.
You know what? And like if anyone has any suggestions of where I could just take the rest of these clothes and these shoes, because I still have 2 bins of shoes. I still have at least 5 bins of clothes, and I have kids' toys. And I think the books I could take to the school and donate. I have to look into it, but I just want to give it away. But I don't want to go to Goodwill.
What? I thought you were doing one more garage sale this weekend.
Yeah, until I saw what the weather is going to be like. I don't want to be out there.
You're going to do it early.
You know what?
7 to 10. Remember, there was no sun on that side of the house?
You want to go out there and start putting all that stuff out?
I mean, I did this week.
Okay. I'm just saying. Well, Joy is here with us, and she has some comments, which Joy is huge with garage sales, and I love Joy so much, and I miss her, and I hope I get to see her soon. Joy said, you should have messaged me. Lots of people buy clothes and send them to other countries, specifically from yard sales. Your kids will definitely learn negotiating at a yard sale. Yeah, so I wanted them to negotiate, and but at least they got to see how it went down. But Joy, I still have stuff. So if you want any of it, or if you want to just come by even before, I said I might do a garage sale on Saturday, but I don't know if I really want to. I'd rather just give it away. So if Joy, you want to come with your truck, just come over and get everything. Because she goes and does stuff.
Totally down.
Yes.
Totally down.
So I couldn't get rid of some bikes that I wanted to just be done with them. So I did take those to Goodwill. And on my way over there, I was like, I don't think anyone's going to buy them. They're like a little beat up. And I had some office chairs that were beat up too. Why did I get to, here's my other thing with Goodwill. I show up there and they're like, we're not taking anything. We're at capacity. I'm like, what do you mean you're at capacity? Well, I got this guy coming with the bins and he's not here yet. And I'm like, okay, so when can I come back? Like next week, in a couple days? When will you be not at capacity? He was like, oh, like in a couple hours. I'm like, okay. So I go back a couple hours later, take the stuff. I'm unloading everything, the bikes. I'm like, okay, I'm bringing some chairs now too. Oh yeah, we're not taking any chairs. I was like, you don't look like you're at capacity to me. So I have some office chairs too that I need to get rid of. But Joy, I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna text you and see if you're still on here.
What I love, one of the many things I love about the U.S., right, about the great country of the United States, is that you can start a business doing so many different things.
Right.
You know how easy it would be if somebody didn't have employment, right? That's number one. Mm-hmm. If you're like, for people like, oh, I'm trying to get a job, there's no jobs out there, right? If somebody started a business and just said, put flyers on people's doors and said, hey, we will take all of the stuff that have you been planning a garage sale, but you don't want to do one, or you had one and you have all this leftover stuff, we will take everything off your hands.
They do have a few places like that you have to just schedule ahead of time and they'll come pick it up.
There's a business in that. Yeah. As long as you have a place to store that stuff,
why not?
People will gladly give you their stuff.
Right.
If they don't have to deal with it anymore.
Well, there were a guy who came up and he was like, oh, do you have he's looking around. He's like, you got any video games? I'm like, no. Old video games? No. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm keeping that stuff. I have it, but I'm just not going to put it out. And then he was like, got any records? And then I was like, I just laughed. I know this may have come off like maybe a little, I don't know, a little bitchy, but I was like, if I have records, I would not be putting them out. I'd be listening to them right now.
Right.
And he was like, oh yeah. So then we struck up a conversation about that. But people are looking for like old collectible stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I don't have any of that to put out. I'm saving it.
Yeah,
I'm a pack rat for that.
Baseball cards, all that stuff. I'm not giving none of that stuff
No
away.
way. Yeah. So.
They've been watching all these little videos, these YouTube video shorts and TikTok where they think they're going to get rich at a garage sale. Not at my garage sale, homie. It's mine.
Dang.
I'm not giving any of that stuff up. That's for my kids. I have like huge boxes of baseball, basketball cards and all that stuff that are for the kids.
Don't be saying that. See, my biggest thing about who else likes doing garage sales, I know Joy does, but is there anyone else who's like, I love garage sales or I hate garage sales? Because I know some people, I have some friends who are like, oh, I love garage sales. I go out every weekend.
I could see, like, if we weren't working every weekend, you know what I mean? Like, I could see in a retired era, like 20-something, 30 years down the line, I could see you having fun doing that stuff. It'd be fun.
I have a friend who loves estate sales. She finds the coolest paintings. And to some people, they'd be like, oh, no, her paintings are so cool.
It'd be cool. I think I would have a good time with that.
Yeah.
I just don't want any of that stuff in my house.
I know. He hates clutter.
Yeah. I'm so minimalist. I don't want a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, he really doesn't want a lot of stuff. But you can find some pretty cool stuff out there. So anyways, how many of you all hate going to the doctor?
Me.
Chris hates going to the
doctor. I hate going to the doctor.
How many of you, if you have an ailment, you just go straight to Google? Try to self-diagnose what's going on?
Me.
I'm telling you right now, you got to just go to the doctor, figure out what's wrong with you. I mean, there might be some underlying ailments that you need to get figured out, right? So Chris has been putting off being, for all of you who watch the show, you know that he's been like having these issues with his neck and the sore throat in his ear, and it went from one side to the other. And I'm like, you know what? He needs to go to ear, nose, and throat specialist. So I booked him an appointment. He went, and how did that go?
A waste of my time. So
let's talk about why it was a waste of your time.
Hold on, because again, I don't like going to the doctor because I always think it is a waste of time, right? Like I'm going to get fined eventually. So a couple of weeks back, maybe like 3-4 weeks ago, I had this ear pain, and it's like throat pain, but not a sore throat, not like you're getting sick. It was more like pressure on my neck is the best way I could describe it. And, you know, the producer, along with Corey, convinced me to go to the doctor because they're like, well, if you got an it sounds like an ear infection. If you have an ear infection, you need antibiotics because that's the only way you're going to get better, right?
Right.
So go to the doctor, no ear infection. She says it's probably sinuses. sends me home with like a Tylenol prescription for the pain, for like the pressure on my ear. Waste of my time. You could get Tylenol over the counter, right? Big waste of time. So then a couple weeks later, it comes back, except it's on the
but listen, you forgot to leave out that our friend prescribed you amoxicillin because you ended up, he's a doctor, he's not just some random friend, but you did take amoxicillin for the infection and you got better.
There wasn't an infection. There was no infection.
But did you take amoxicillin?
Yeah, so what?
So then how do you know?
There's no infection.
Oh my God.
Listen, because I went to the doctor and the doctor said there's no infection. What's the point of going to the doctor if you're not going to believe what they tell you?
Okay, so carry on.
Okay, so then fast forward 2 weeks later, the same exact thing happens again. Ear pain, neck pain, throat pain, whatever you want to call it, on the opposite side of my body, right? So now Corey's talking to our doctor friend. And he's like, he really needs to go see an ear, nose, throat specialist, right? So I did.
Yeah, but what if it's something major that we just don't know?
It wasn't.
So he goes, right? He's telling me, oh, yeah, I was talking with a doctor. I'm like, did you tell him all of your symptoms? Like, what's been going on? You've got this. You've been having headaches. He leaves out that part. I'm like, talk about how you have headaches. Tell him about all this stuff, everything. And he was like, yeah, I told him about that and how you thought that maybe it's because I'm grinding my teeth at night. And I'm like, wait a minute. Did you tell him that before or after he told you what he thought it might be? Oh, I just told him everything. I was like, can't tell the doctor what I think it might be because I'm just going to agree with you.
That's kind of...
He was like,
that's BS.
Oh,
that's BS, by the way.
You probably have headaches because you might be grinding. Why don't you go and just get like a mouth guard? I'm like, why does this doctor do that? I don't get it.
Listen, I shouldn't have to hold back information or hold back or worry about what I'm going to tell a doctor because they're not going to diagnose me correctly. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. If you're going to go to a doctor, you should be able to tell them everything that's going on and then let them diagnose you.
No, not about what your wife thinks it might be.
It doesn't matter. That should not sway a doctor's opinion about how, whatever he's going to diagnose you.
So then what did he say? Oh, maybe you just have, you're grinding your teeth, or what was the outcome?
He said when my throat was hurting and my ear was hurting, that my lymph nodes, I guess it is, on the side of your throat, that they were probably swollen and they weren't draining properly, and that was creating pressure, and that's what that was. He said if you have a headache on your forehead or your nose, that's from sinuses, allergies, whatnot. But if you have it on the top of your head, it could be from grinding your teeth because the top of your head has nothing to do with sinuses or allergies, but that the muscle from your jaw goes all the way to the top side of both sides of your head, and from grinding, it possibly could cause you a headache on the top of your head. So I don't know. Basically, it was a worthless conversation. I wasted a copay, time out of my day to hear nothing. And I was already better. So hopefully I don't get this stuff again. But if I start getting headaches again, I think I'm going to try to buy, I'll just get a mouth guard and see if maybe I'm grinding my teeth. I don't know. Maybe the market had me grinding my teeth. Maybe it's the election year. I had
maybe
me grinding my teeth.
It's because you out here grinding. You might as well grind your teeth at night too.
I'm just grinding too hard. I just grinded while I'm asleep.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, switching things to real estate, let's talk about this deal of the week. Can I take it away, or would you like to take it away?
No, you got to take it away, because I think, did you find this deal?
Oh, I found this deal the other day. Oh my gosh. I was all up in Chris's ear and I want to go take a look at it, but the showings do not start until the next few days. So I'm over here on the edge of my seat waiting to see the deal of the week in Westridge. It's a 5-bedroom, 7-bath. I know, who needs 7 bathrooms, right? 5,100 square foot home on a 14,000 square foot lot. Y'all, it's about 1/3 of an acre. It's got a pool. It's got a view of not just a golf course, but of the city. And they are only asking $2.2 million. Wow.
It's an amazing deal.
It is behind the gates in Westridge. It's not the guard gated gates, but it is gated. It's at the lower portion of it that looks over the golf course.
On a 14,000 square foot lot.
There's 2 HOAs, which isn't that bad. $336 a month. If anyone is interested in this, I got to get out and show you. I'm going to go take a look at it. I'm so excited to see it. It does need some updating, hence the price. There is an NOD filed on it, which means the sellers are very motivated, and it's now court ordered. So they have to sell.
They have to sell. And they're going to sell to the best offer because
They are going to sell. It's
ordered.
probably going to go over what they're asking. I mean, you're going to look at the comps, and for that square footage, woof.
It might not go way over.
I don't know, depending, because I don't know I've seen pictures, and the pictures are saying it needs updating, but I don't know, like, component-wise, if it needs more extensive.
We're going to have to go see it in person, take plenty of video, share it with everybody. But this is one of those deals that don't pop up very often.
I know.
I love the community.
I already called the client. I'm like, we have to go see this.
Have to see it. I have a client that I'm going to send it to as well. Just because those deals don't happen every day.
They really
We got to take advantage of this thing.
Yes. Well, we're very proud to say we got another one of our buyers into escrow, and we only submitted one offer. Chris touched base on this a little bit earlier, and the seller is paying $10,000 in closing cost, and we got the offer accepted. Woo!
You know what's so funny? That deal is flying through.
I know.
We opened escrow last Friday.
Yes.
We've already done inspection. Appraisal's already back. Came in at value. Like we could close this deal next week if all parties wanted to.
That's like a 10-day closing.
We could do a 10-day closing.
Wow.
That's how fast and efficient we move. Also because we are doing the loan and the real estate, so we're controlling the whole transaction. And we're such a well-oiled machine.
Yes.
It's humping. We have such a great team that helps us. Whether it be Alicia with the transaction coordinating or Nicole with the loan processing.
She's amazing.
We just have such an amazing team. It's taking blood, sweat, and tears to build it.
I know.
But it runs so smooth.
We love both Alicia and Nicole, and couldn't be more proud of them. So happy to have them on the team.
And you know what's pretty cool? So these clients were a referral from some clients that I met at open house years ago that we became
really
friends with now, right?
Yes.
Sold a couple properties to them. Now we manage a property for them that we found as an investment. They referred this lovely couple as their coworkers.
Right.
But now as I start to talk to them and we're hanging out.
And you're getting to know them and everything.
Getting to know them. They told me, oh yeah, we just came from playing golf today. So we started talking about that or whatever. And I was like, you guys live near LA Fitness. Do you work at LA Fitness? They're like, yeah. I'm like, do you know so-and-so? And they're like, yeah. We were just with them playing golf. I was like, get out of here. So we know the same circle of people too, outside of the friends that referred them.
Such a small world.
Such a small world.
Yes.
Yeah, so cool. Really excited for this couple. They're so sweet. And I'm excited because they're one step closer to starting a family because they wanted to get that house first.
Yay. I know. They're newlyweds too, right?
Yes.
Exciting. Well, we also have another buyer signing their loan documents today, right?
I think they signed already. They were supposed to sign around 12.
Awesome. And we're able to negotiate $13,000 in seller credits and have the seller reduce the price by $5,000 to the appraised value. So on a $675,000 purchase, the seller also made some repairs. And Chris is just killing it over here, making things happen for our buyers right now.
That's huge.
Yes.
And you know what? There's other properties in that community that had popped up. This one has the most upgrades. They had just renovated. When I say renovated, they did a brand new kitchen. I'm not talking about like refacing the cabinets. It's all brand new cabinetry, all new countertops, backsplash, lighting, everything. It's all brand new. So excited for our clients. Like it's such a come up for them. I can't wait. They got the sellers have a 10-day rent back, and the rent back's not free. They're paying the buyers principal, interest, taxes.
That's huge because for the longest time, buyers were having to let the sellers stay in the house for 1, sometimes 3 months for free.
For free.
Not anymore.
I'm telling you, buyers, you need to get out there. It's such a great time.
Yes.
And just another little tip, because we had to find out about this, because lending changes all the time.
Right.
There's things that happen all the time. So if you have a ton of student loans, but you're lucky enough to have a parent that co-signed and is making the payments, did you know that you can get all of that wiped off your debt to income ratio, which will help you qualify for more money?
That's huge.
Huge. Let me just tell you.
Please. If you do that again,
there's
going to be problems.
I am so excited about it. So there's a lot happening right now. And I got to tell you, there's a lot of people out there that are happy with their 3% interest rates.
Right.
2 to 4%, let's say, but are drowning in debt right now.
Right.
I don't know how accurate this is because, you know, you see polls all the time.
Right.
And you know how accurate they are and who fact checks all these things that are posted online.
So much stories.
But
don't really
I
know.
did see something that said like the average family is paying $20,000 more a year in just like living expenses, whether that be higher rent, you know,
higher insurance for their car, for their house,
everything, food,
medical insurance,
right.
food, gas,
everything
all of that
going up, right? So people are struggling, right? People are struggling. So we're seeing a lot, and I think we're going to have a big refi boom coming up. And it's not going to be people are doing a rate and term where they're getting 2 to 4% interest rates. They're going to be getting like 7% interest rates, 7.5% interest rates. But when you have a first loan on your house, you already have a home equity line or a fixed second,
right?
And then you have another $100,000 in credit card debt that's 28%, 35%. You're making the minimum payment, and the principal is not going down every single month. It might be time. You might as well wrap that all into one loan. Write off the interest, right? Which is a tax deduction at the end of the year.
While you still have equity in your home.
While you still have equity, because I think this is huge. Nobody's talking about this right now. I think we might have, listen to what I'm going to say, hit the maximum prices for what America can afford right now.
It's so expensive.
I'm not saying prices will never go up again. But I think we might have now hit the ceiling of what Americans can afford. And I'm just talking about our local market.
Right.
Here in LA. I think this is the max of what people can afford. I don't think we're going to see much more appreciation next year unless the interest rates come significantly down. So what does that mean for people? Sellers, you better sell while you still can. Buyers, it's always a good time if you can afford to buy. And right now, when you can get sellers to pay for closing costs, you actually can go out there, find 3 homes that you love, and you have your pick.
Yeah, you have choices.
That hasn't happened in 5 years.
Right.
It's happening right now.
Yeah.
And then let's talk about some of self-employed individuals that are like, well, I can't get a loan because even though I make $500,000, it only looks like I make $75,000 because I write off. You know, that's one of the perks of being a business owner, right? Not paying much to Uncle Sam in taxes at the end of the year. There's so many loan programs out there for you. You know, you put 20, 25% down, you can get a bank statement loan. There are programs for you. And right now with the rates so high on conventional, let's just say average rate's about 7.5%, depending on what you're buying, how much you're putting down, what your credit score is, that these loans that are like bank statement loans or whatnot, they're also about 7.5 to 8.5%.
Which is not even that big of a difference.
You're not paying much difference right now. And for investors, because we have a lot of clients right now that are looking for investment properties, but they're like, you know what? I want to get an investment property, but I at least, if I put 20% down or 25% down, I at least want to break even on my investment. I don't want to have to be losing money every single month. Well, guess what? There is a loan out there for you. It's called a CR loan, debt service coverage ratio loan. All that means, fancy talk, is exactly what we just said, that your mortgage payment
is going to cover
all your total payment is covered by your rent. That's it. Because the lender wants the same thing.
Right.
They want to make sure that it's a wash for you.
Correct.
Right. So we're not going to find that in California on a single family residence. It's almost impossible because the rates are so high.
Right.
But you know what you can find that on? A 3-unit property, a triplex, a quad, a fourplex. You can still get the same loan. And now that if you have 4 properties that are producing rent, you can break even on that payment. You can even make money every single month. So we're on the lookout for those for our clients right now. But there's so much opportunity, you guys. Do not sleep on the opportunity because everybody says, oh, well, I wish in 2010 I would have bought all this property. I wish in 2020, when everybody said the market was capped out, by the way, oh, I wish I would have bought a property then.
What about
Stop wishing.
Let's just do it. Let's
just do it. Let's go.
Well, speaking of let's go, Bristol Way is still on the market. Let's go get an offer that we want to accept. We continue to get FHA offers and have steady showings, but we're looking for either a conventional or a VA offer. Where are our veterans at? We're confident we're going to get this one sold. It's just taking a little bit longer than expected.
It's going to get sold. We have great feedback. Property is beautiful. Everybody loves their property when they go in there. Somebody even said they want you to design their house because you designed this property.
I will. Let's go.
For the staging. It's going to get sold. And the reason I say calling all veterans is because, veterans, a lot of the time, veterans kind of had to take whatever property was left.
Right.
We've seen this since as long as I've been in the business. Cash is king. People take cash offers, then they want conventional offers, and they usually look at veteran offers last because
Which
it's usually
is so silly. Why?
Because they're uneducated.
Yeah, they are.
Because the realtors don't know loans, right? So and they don't want those offers because it's usually 100% financing, no money down. Right. So I love working for veterans.
So do we.
The reason we're saying calling all veterans is, hey, let's get a veteran in there that has a brand new beautiful house. Everything's done. It's move-in ready. And we would love to make sure that your closing costs are covered and you could get in for less money than you would get into an apartment.
I mean, that would go for anyone, including veterans.
It doesn't go for anyone, unfortunately.
Oh, because of the closing cost.
Well, because for a conventional loan, you're not going to have 100% financing.
Right.
You have to put at least 3% down.
Right.
But on a veteran VA loan, 0% down.
That's true.
You could get in for less money than you would put in on a apartment somewhere.
That's so true.
I would love to do it for one of you guys. We would love to do it.
Well, we're also working on renovations for our clients' rentals, which will be coming up in the next few weeks. Did you want to talk about which rentals we have available? They're in Sylmar.
Yeah, what I would like to talk about as well is that not only do we do property management, we renovate the properties for our clients.
Right.
Property management companies don't do this.
No.
We do this. Like we're such a full service brokerage. We just take care of our clients from A to Z. I'm really proud of the business that we've built and what we do for our clients and how happy we make them. You know what I mean? So right now we are completely renovating this place. It was built like in 1940. I can't wait to show you guys the before and the after. But today was the first day of demo. So they're starting to work on that. But it's a cool little unit. It's really hard to find. So it's going to be a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom. A smaller kitchen. It's a small little house, right? It's probably like, I haven't measured the square footage. I'll make sure to do that. But my guess is going to be around 700 square feet, maybe 800. But it has a front yard and a backyard gated. It's private, right? It's probably going to be on the market for like $2,200, you guys. Where are you going to find front yard, backyard, 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom for $2,200? Nowhere.
Where?
And in the whole property itself, there's 5 houses on this property. They're all like little casitas. And it's a big, huge compound. It's safe. It's in Sylmar. It's a busy area of Sylmar, but it's really safe there. It's right off of Polk, and the next major cross street would be Glen Oaks.
Awesome. Ooh, I can't wait until it's all done.
I love that we've been transforming this client's properties because this is our 3rd unit that we're renovating for them.
Right. And new tenants in there too.
New tenants paying higher rents. Like we're really changing the game for the owner.
Yes, absolutely. Well, looking ahead, we have more playdates in store, which I'm excited about. Birthdays. Oh my gosh, there are so many birthdays this month. I feel like we're going to so many birthday parties, and I just love it.
Big shout out to our girl, Rena.
Rena's
who's
birthday.
Been part of the Silva family her whole career.
Yes. Happy birthday, Rena. It's coming up.
This Saturday.
I gotta see what she would like to do.
Yes,
take her to
we gotta
breakfast
take her
or
out.
lunch or something or dinner. Got to treat that girl because she deserves it. And our niece is having her birthday. We have so many birthdays this week. So if I didn't give you a shout out, happy birthday. I know they're all coming up.
We'll be calling you anyway.
Yes. And we've got hopefully a beach day coming up tomorrow.
Do we have any Disney trips?
I want a Disney trip so bad.
I thought we had one on the docket. We don't have any?
I need to put one on there. I started doing it the other day and got distracted, but it's not until the end of the month, I believe.
All right, let's set it up. I'm ready for a Disney trip.
I am so ready for Disney, and hopefully it's not too hot over there. But that's okay. There's always something to do in the AC. So we'll have that. And then the kids get to go to the dentist next week, which they just love.
Guys, how many people tell their kids, because this happened at dinner the other day. Corey's like, guess what, kids? You're going to the dentist next week. They're like, yay. They love the dentist. It's the craziest thing.
They love going to the dentist. I can't wait. I know. I love that they love it. We've like created this dentist and culture with their dentists where they like love going and
They're
they love
so
taking care of their teeth.
different dentists now than they were.
Oh yeah, it's so different.
I don't think
nowadays.
they played to kids. All they did was give you a lollipop, and that was it.
Why would they give you a lollipop to go rot out the rest of your teeth?
But that's what they did when we were
I
kids,
know,
right?
it's terrible.
Yeah.
My dentist didn't do that.
Now they get awards and stuff for having great teeth.
They get little toys. So cute.
Awesome.
And then a new toothbrush and some dental floss. And then also we have a bunch of showings coming up with our buyers. It's
Tons of
a great
showings.
time to go
You know,
buy a
so
home.
I'm showing property on Thursday. I haven't shown property in this area in a while. Over a year, I think.
Which area?
Studio City.
Oh, nice.
Because, I'm a Valley kid,
Yes.
right? So it's really cool. This property is like a street south of Ventura Boulevard. So it's up in the hills of Ventura.
Right.
For like a 1,675,000.
Ooh.
Yeah, like 2,000 square feet. I can't wait to show it. I'll take some video and stuff. It looks really cool. I'm going to see if I can throw some other houses in there.
Yes. Ooh, I can't wait to see how that goes. And in local news over here, there's some new places opening up in Santa Clarita, primarily Stevenson Ranch, which I'm excited about because we haven't been getting a lot of new things lately. Casa Canella's opening. I think they may have done like a soft opening because the lights were on the other day. There were cars in the parking lot. I got to go check it out. I went on their website and they didn't have that address up yet.
I've never been there for lunch. We've been there for brunch and breakfast.
Yes.
And it's really good. It's off of Bouquet.
Yes.
So this is
the
their
original
second
one.
location. They didn't shut down that.
No,
one,
they
right?
have two locations.
Perfect. So their second location. And I'm so happy they took over Coco's because that place needed to get taken over.
I know. We could actually go walk there for breakfast if we wanted.
Yeah, don't get too crazy. No, seriously, it would be a great idea. It's like if you're in New York, right? You walk
Yeah.
everywhere. That'd be good. You walk there, work up an appetite,
Walk it off
walk
on the
it
way
off
back.
on the way back.
Yeah, Monica, if you're still I cannot speak today. If you are still here with us, hit me up, girl. We got to go to Casa Canela. She loves that place. She goes there all the time.
We should do it. I'm totally
Yes.
for it.
And then Dirty Dough opened as well.
Really though. Dirty Dough.
Yeah, it's a cookie place they just opened in Stevenson Ranch.
You know what's cool? Because we've never really had many restaurants. I mean, we got for the longest we had Chili's,
Right.
right?
Still there.
Used to have
Macaroni Grill.
that
It's
place
gone.
closed down. It's a Starbucks now.
No, it's not. Oh yeah, it is.
Yes, it is.
That's
That's
right.
where the Starbucks is
See, I
at.
already forgot. We used
We
to
had-
have Claim Jumpers, which is now I don't know what that is. Just an
They
abandoned
have
building.
to do something there. But there's Claim Jumpers. They're never bringing a Pornos to Santa Clarita. I don't think they'll ever do it. And then we have Wood Ranch,
Wood Ranch.
which is a staple,
Right.
right? And that's really been it. You know what place I'm surprised?
Kinza.
Kinza's,
And they got the Tepon place that's been there forever, but I always see.
Yamato's.
Yeah, I always forget the name.
You know
of
what
it.
I'm surprised has been open this long? Because we've been living here 17 years now in Stevenson Ranch.
Yes.
And pickup sticks.
Who goes there?
Like, what adult eats at pickup sticks? But that place has been there forever next to the nail salon.
I've tried it a few times and I gave up on it about 10, 15 years ago.
I tried
just
it
don't
once.
like
I was
it.
one and done.
Yeah, I didn't like
It's
it.
like it's not as good as Panda,
No.
and it's similar food. You might as well go to Panda down the street.
I've been craving Panda lately. I'm not going to lie.
Girl, you been so you know what's so funny? Corey has been craving Panda for a while. We don't really eat that type of food, but more than anything, we've been talking about Tommy Burger.
Yes.
I think we're gonna pull the trigger on Tommy's, girl. I'm ready.
I'm ready for Panda.
I'm ready for Tommy's. I want to go get some chili cheese
I
fries.
have to go get Panda right now.
I haven't had Tommy's in over 25 years, probably.
Really? That long?
Yeah,
No.
maybe 20 years.
You had it since we lived in this house.
Never.
Really?
Never in Stevenson Ranch. Nope.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I'm ready. Today might be the day.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I'm close to a restroom.
That's so terrible. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Should we get Tommy's today or Panda? What do you guys think?
Let's put a poll out there. I'll put a poll on social media. Tommy's or Panda.
I mean, those are two total polar opposites.
I could eat at Panda too, though.
Yes, let's go there.
Like,
I don't think I'm ready for Tommy's yet. That's kind of scary.
you know what? I think the food will leave your system faster at Tommy's, so you won't have like the indigestion in the
I don't know. I might have some heartburn. We'll see.
Okay.
Panda. Let's do panda.
If we eat at either one, we gotta take pictures.
Okay, baby. I don't need to take pictures of it. I'm good.
Okay.
You're so
We'll just
funny.
act like we did.
Okay. Well, everyone, that's going to be our show. Thank you again for hanging out with us here on R&R, Relationships and Real Estate. Be sure to catch us weekly on Facebook Live, or you can watch the show on YouTube. And to listen anytime you want, you could download full episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. We are your hosts, Corey and Chris Silva, and we'll catch you next week. Bye.